What is up, my little buttery biscuits? So today I got a new video for you guys. I'm going to be reviewing the Norvina. Maybe I shouldn't have used a purple backdrop for this because this just blends right in. Anyways, I thought it would go with the look. I don't know. The new Norvina palette, which I gotta be honest with you guys, I haven't been so excited for a palette in a long time because I personally don't have a palette like this. And I think that it really just stands out. And the actual palette itself, I'm excited for it because as you guys know, the regular Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are, you know, the same. They've always been that same like rectangle shape, you know, and this is something new. So this, let me show you the inside of it. This is what it looks like on the inside. I will say that this is a fucking beautiful palette, especially for somebody like me because you guys know I love color and I love purples. So I feel like purples on brown eyes are just so bomb, or hazel eyes. Oh, so beautiful. So I'm actually really excited for this palette. I haven't been so excited for a palette in a long time. I'm just hoping that it doesn't let me down like the subculture, because I will say Anastasia Beverly Hills does come out with some really good color arrangement shadow palettes, but ever since the subculture, I've just kind of been like, towards it, because subculture was bad. And then, as you guys know, I have Prism as well. And Prism was okay. It just, I don't know. The shadows just don't really work that well for me personally. I don't understand why her single shadows work for me really well, but not the palettes. I just don't know. As you guys know, Subculture was absolutely terrible. Probably the worst palette that I've ever used in my life, which is crazy to say because Anastasia Beverly Hills is such a reputable brand, but that was just really bad. So anyways, you guys, if you guys are interested in seeing my review on this, and guess what, I'm not on the PR list because I know everyone else and their mother is on the PR list. And you know what, I just want to make one quick note about that. A lot of people are on the PR list, and I see so many people raving about every single product. Everyone who's on the PR list, in my personal experience, the people that I have seen rave about the products, and I'm like, okay, not every product is good, but I feel like people who are on PR lists are so apprehensive to say anything negative about a palette because they don't want to get kicked off the PR list, which is such BS to me. As you guys know, I really don't care. Even with like ColourPop, before I had negative things to say about ColourPop, I was on their PR list. Makeup Forever, I had negative things to say about their products before, and you know, was on their PR list. So I really feel like if you're on the PR list and they're sending you these products, it's because they trust your integrity, you know what I mean? So just be honest with it. And I'm really seeing a lot of these new people that are on the PR list for Anastasia Beverly Hills are just raving about everything a little bit too much. So I'm really curious to see how this palette turns out, because I've had some bad experiences with the palettes before, as you guys know. So anyways, if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit that little subscribe button. I don't know why I put a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button and then hit that little Taco Bell button so that way you guys get notified when I upload a new video. I am being consistent as heck. Let me try not to cuss anymore with my upload. So I really hope you guys press that bell button so that way you guys get notified when I upload a new video. And if you guys are interested in seeing my review of the new Norvina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so starting this off, there is 25 shadows in here, and they're actually pretty large. Now, this is $60 and online only, which I don't even know why it's online only. I was really hoping it'd be in person, so that way I can actually take a look at it in person. Because I'm just that type of person that I'm like, I'm saying a lot of persons there going on, person. I'm just that type of person that likes to go in the store and actually look at the palette and not just order it online, because I like to swatch it a little bit and see how it is before I spend $60 on a palette. But I will say though, it was my first time ordering from AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com. before I just ordered like on Ulta or Sephora, but I got 15% off for my first time. So this actually only came out to $55 because the shipping was free. So $55 after tax. Now, this is 1.8 grams of product per shadow. So this is the same size as her individual shadows. Or actually, it's 0.1 grams less because they're 1.9 grams per shadow, and there's 25 in here for $60, and her individual shadows are $12 each. So this is a really good deal if you guys are into the single shadows, being that those are $12 and this is 25 for 60 bucks. Bomb ass deal. So the color arrangement, in my personal opinion, as you guys know, I'm not gonna swatch every single color. I feel like it's just too much, and swatches really don't do much. I'll go ahead and insert pictures right here so that way you guys can see the swatches that they have on the website. These are the colors right here, and I think that this is an absolutely beautiful palette. She killed it with the color arrangement. But as you guys know, Anastasia in the past has had several issues with the patchiness and blendability of the shadows. So I'm really going to put that to the test today, and I'm praying that this palette is bomb, because It's gorgeous, and I absolutely love how huge, look how big that mirror is. It's almost as big as my fat ass face, and y'all know my face is big. So this is a really big palette. I'm super excited for this. So yeah, $60. And let me tell you another cool thing about Anastasia is they sent a little travel size primer. So I'm gonna be priming my eyes with this today. So I think this is really cool, you know? And if you guys, if it's your first time using Anastasia Beverly Hills, ordering from Anastasia Beverly Hills, you guys get 15% off, and then they send you this cool little trial size of their eyeshadow primer, which I was really curious to try this out. As you guys know, I just use not Too Faced, why do I always do that? Tarte Shape Tape or MAC Paint Chili Paint Pot. So I'm gonna try this today because this should be bomb with the shadows. So anyways, you guys, let me shut up and let's just dive into this palette. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm not going to swatch every single color, but I am going to swatch the colors that I think I'll be using. I don't know how I'm feeling yet. There's so many colors that are speaking to me in this palette. I'm looking down at it and I'm just like, ugh, what do I do? What do I do? Because there's just so many looks you can create with this palette, like literally so many looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the shade E1, which is this orange champagne color, or actually it's orange, but then it has a gold reflect. So I'm just gonna do a little swatch of that there. Let's see, it's pretty light, so in person it's, oh, that is gorgeous. It's kind of like a flamingo pink with a gold reflex. Yeah, with the beauty lights, you can't really see it too much. Then I'm gonna go with the shade D2, which is a purple with pink shimmer. Oh my God, that is really, really pigmented. Let's see how that swatches there. That color, that is beautiful. Really beautiful. So basically, I think I'm just gonna swatch, no, I'll swatch one matte too. I think I'll swatch the red, because reds are really hard to make. And as you guys know, the only red that I really loved is Sugar Pill's Love Plus. Oh, so this shade C3 is like, you know what? It's like wow, that is beautiful. It's pink. Let's see how it comes out on the hand before I talk. It's like a pink cranberry. That shade is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Ooh, okay. I don't know if I should use that shade because I just did something similar with that shade in my second Jeffree Star palette review. So let me, I don't know, but that shade is, that shade is beautiful. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade D3, which is the matte red. Wow, that is actually really fucking pigmented. Okay, and it swatches really nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do those swatches right there, and then the rest we're just gonna play on the eye and see how it turns out. All right, so I'm just gonna be taking a little bit of the primer. Hopefully a little goes a long way because this is a tiny ass tube. Oh my God, that shit is like, it is like straight up liquid. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting primer because I have never used an eyeshadow base that is so damn liquidy. Oh my God, do you guys see how light that is? Okay, I'm not used to okay, this is gonna be really weird. Like normally what I use is like, even the concealer that I use, the Shape Tape is really, really thick. So this is, wow, it's really watery. Let's see how that is on the eye. And I'm just buffing that out with a Morphe, I don't know what this is, M433. Okay, so I personally already don't like the primer. It's, it reminds me of that terrible Kat Von D little stick eyeshadow primer, which I absolutely hated, where it kind of like separates and gets splotchy and then it clings to the skin to make your eye look super textured. At least that's on mine personally. But yeah, so far I don't really like it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and set it with my Studio Fix powder. As you guys know, I normally set all my eyeshadow primers with the Studio Fix powder. Hopefully that'll smooth that out a little bit more. Okay, so as soon as I set the primer with the Studio Fix, it smoothed out really nice. So let's see how it holds the shadow, but first impressions of that primer, I'm not a fan of it. So I'm gonna be taking this shade A3, which is a deep purple, and I'm gonna be taking that on the Morphe M403. What the hell? It's M433. I don't know where I got that from. You know what? Actually pressing into these shadows, I'm really surprised because the Subculture palette, as you know, as soon as you press in them, so much fallout came out, and this one does not have that. So let's hope for the best here. So what I wanna do today, the type of look that I'm gonna go for is gonna be kind of like a winged out halo eye. So I'm gonna kind of wing it out just a little bit and then do a halo eye in the center. Let's see how this performs. I'm really, really surprised the way it is in the palette so far because their normal shadows, oh my God, as soon as you press into it, it's just a mess. Like literally it just blows out everywhere like Cheeto dust, and that actually looks really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this right into the crease and I'm gonna buff it inwards and then buff it outwards to kind of get that winged out look that I want. This shade actually blends out way lighter than it looks in the pan, but I actually really love the shade. And so far it is blending really nice, but the problem with the Anastasia shadows that I've had before is stacking them. So starting off with one color, it's like, oh, it blends really nice, and then as soon as you start stacking the colors, it gets patchy and won't blend. So I'm hoping that it doesn't do that. So we're gonna build the color and see how it comes out. And I'm connecting the shadow with the corner of my eye and then just blending it up. Alright, and don't pay attention to the outer end of the eye. It is gonna look like a mess to begin with until I do my foundation, then I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up. So I just wanted to note you guys right now, as I'm blending these shadows, they are blending amazing, like literally amazing, and I'm super happy so far. The purples, and I'm really shocked too that there's not so much fallout inside the pan. Like every single other eyeshadow palette that I've used from Anastasia has so much fallout in the pan, and these remind me of MAC's matte shadows, which were like my favorite, to where when you press it in or even on the eye, anything, there's not a lot of fallout. So I'm really loving it so far. So anyways, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take this ColourPop E3 brush, and I'm gonna be taking the shade B4, which is the dark, I think the darkest purple. Yeah, the darkest purple in the palette, and I'm just gonna be running that into the deepest part of the crease, and I am gonna be winging it out a little bit. So taking it here up into the eye, and then I'm gonna be taking it into the outer corner of the eye right here and winging it up as well. And then I'm just taking the Morphe M5, I'm just making up names here. Oh yeah, no, M506. All right, I was like, I don't even know the damn name. M506, which you guys know, these little brushes are like my favorite from Morphe. If you have a small eye, they are perfect. And especially if you like to have a deep crease like I do. I love a dark crease, so blending it out with these is amazing. So I'm just buffing out that B4 shade. And I just want you guys to see this right here. There is no patchiness. Before, when building color, ooh, it got so patchy with the previous palettes that I've used, and this is absolutely amazing so far. So I'm liking it so far. I just hope that it all stays like this. Then I'm gonna be going in with the shade A5 with my Morphe M433, and I'm just gonna be taking this very softly on the edges because this is the bright ass pink. So I just want to, let me take some off. I just want to diffuse the end a little bit with some more pink. This is like a semi-drag look. I swear it is so dramatic as hell, but this is what I wanted. Something really crazy. And I am super happy with the shadow so far. The black, you guys, is insane. Like the black is badass. I put it to deepen up the crease just a little bit off camera, and that was looking really good. Okay, then I'm gonna be going in with my MAC 242 with my Shape Tape just to cut the crease a little bit. I don't know why I always say a little bit. I'm cutting the crease, not a little bit. All right, then I'm gonna go in with my my MAC 242. I don't know why I'm just so used to saying M. My MAC 242, and by the way, sorry you guys that I had the air on when I was doing my cut crease and I was talking during it, so sorry for that. And I'm gonna be taking this all on top of the cut crease, but then I'm gonna be mixing in a shade on top of that. So let's see, this shade is really pretty, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna use this shade, but it's actually like a coppery pink, if that makes any sense. Then I'm going to be going in with my MAC 239 with the shade E1, which is that like orangey shade with the gold reflect. And I'm just going to place that right in the center of the eye. I'm gonna be taking a little bit of the matte white, which is C1, because I want this orange shade to like really, really pop in the center. So I'm just gonna take a little, wow, okay, that white is really, really pigmented. Surprised by that. So I'm just gonna take that right there, and then I'm gonna go back in with the shade E1 and then just place it on top so that way it pops more. Okay, so I got that eye all done. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this one up, and I'm gonna do the other one off of camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got this eye all done. Then I'm gonna be going in with my ColourPop E3 with the shade D3. And I'm gonna be taking that on the lower lash line. I feel like I may regret this. This is the bright red, but I really wanted to use this red, but I just don't know how it's gonna go with the look. But if anything, I'll just turn it into a burgundy, but I really did want a pop of red here. Oh, this red is really pigmented. Honestly, you guys, so far, I love this palette. I think it's amazing. The shadows, I don't know if you guys can tell, but they blend it out so damn good. So, and not a lot of fallout at all. I could have literally done my foundation first and then did the shadow after, but it's just not my style. But I totally could have, which is, I totally, bitch can't talk as usual. I totally could have, which is rare for me. And I'm taking D3 just where the purple is, just to get a little bit of that red. I kind of want a glowing red effect around this. So I'm taking it very, very softly, just on the edges. And I mean very, very softly, because I just want just a little bit. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade B4, which is the darkest purple in the palette. I'm gonna take that right up against the lash line. And I will say about this red, it's really nice, but it's not as red as Love Plus by Sugar Pill. So if you guys are looking for like a true red that stays red, Sugar Pill, Love Plus. I believe it's Love Plus or something like that. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's amazing. So I'm just gonna take this right on the lash line with the ColourPop E3 brush once again, and just blend that out here. Alright, so I went ahead and popped on some lashes, and I put the Kat Von D brow in Scarlet in my waterline, which is a bright red, which I really don't recommend to do. My eye is fucking burning right now. As you guys know, reds are not supposed to be around the eye, and I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, it even says on the palette that these are not meant to be used around the eye area, which we all know it's an eyeshadow palette, but they just have to put that by law because the pigments inside there are not necessarily good for the eye. But I had no irritations or anything like that until I put my Scarlet brow red shit on, and that just burned a little bit. But anyways, you guys, I am done with the look pretty much. I'm just gonna pop a inner tear duct color in, which I'm gonna take A1. But before that, I want to tell you guys my lip. I use Celeste by Buxom Gloss with ColourPop lip liner in the shade, let's see, Avi. So I'm just gonna be taking my MAC 239 brush with the shade A1, which is that iridescent purple. And I'm just gonna pop that in my inner tear duct right here. Alright, so this is the final look right here, and I forgot to mention the lashes that I used were in the style CMA Babe by Red Label Cosmetics. I'll leave them linked down below. You guys can use my code Skelotim for 20% off. That's not a commission code. I'm not sponsored to say this or anything like that. These are literally just my favorite lashes, and since you guys know I work with Cosmo Makeup Academy, this is their brand of lashes, so they gave me a coupon code to give you guys a discount. And speaking of lashes, I had a sample of the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, and let me tell you guys, as you guys know, like, all the fajitas are always talking about Lancome mascara. This shit is bomb. Like, I want to go and buy it, but I'm too cheap to buy expensive mascara. I normally just get the telescopic, which is like $7. But this shit, let me tell you guys, if you guys have the money, this is a really, really good mascara. I believe that's the name, Monsieur. Anyways, you guys, so let's go ahead and jump into my final thoughts of the Norvina palette. I absolutely loved it. I was so surprised that they blended out super, super amazing. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera how well the blend is, but I haven't loved my eyeshadow this much in a long time. As you guys know, after the Jeffree palette, I mean, like, okay, the pinks worked okay, but they weren't like anything special. This is special, okay? This was super amazing. The shadows blended out so amazing. There was very, very little fallout. And I don't know if you guys can see in the palette right there, but let's look at this dark shade right here, the dark purple shade. That is how much fallout came out of the pan when pressing the brush into the shadow, which this was one of my biggest concerns with the Subculture palette. When I put my brush in there, I shit you not, so much product just flew everywhere, and that is a waste, you know? And obviously if you're spending $45 for the palette, the Subculture was $45, this is $60, then that's not a good thing. So these shadows though, however, I highly recommend it. If you guys have the $60 in your budget, get it, because this was so bomb. I love the color, the pigmentation. The black, I think, is literally my new favorite black. I could not get over the black. It was so amazing. Honestly, you guys, I have really nothing negative to say about this palette. I mean, I don't like the graphic design on the front of it, but who really cares about that? It feels nice and heavy, really good quality. The mirror is amazing and huge. As you guys know, a lot of people are always like, bitch, you complain a lot. I really have no complaints for this shadow palette. This is absolutely amazing. Which, by the way, too, if you guys are on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website purchasing this, use it for your first time. Or you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be telling you guys this, but use like your boyfriend's email or phone number or some shit like this, and then you get 15% off and free shipping because it's above $25. So get that 15% off, and it comes out to like 55 bucks, and there's 25 shadows in there, and they're 1.8 grams each. That is so amazing. Literally 0.1 grams less than a individual shadow like this. So I think that's a super amazing deal. Oh, which by the way, for my highlight, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm using Motif by MAC. I love this. I haven't used it in forever. So anyways, my complete thoughts are, get it if you have it in your budget. I know 60 bucks is expensive, but for 25 shadows, especially of this quality, like, honestly, you guys, get it. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And let me know how you like the look. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.